Santa Inc., quite possibly the most hated holiday-themed cartoon ever made. Released in December of 2021 on HBO Max, the series was about an elf named Candy, who was essentially the second in command of the North Pole, and was in line to be the successor of Santa. But oh no, the patriarchy. How is Candy supposed to overcome corporate misogyny and achieve her dreams? On paper, that's a solid concept, when done with nuance, cleverness, and charm. But Santa Inc. lacks three very important traits: nuance, cleverness, and charm.
A woman Santa?
What if she thinks she's handing out candy canes and they turn out to be some fucking tampons?
What if her boobies get caught in the chimney?
Or even worse, what if she falls in love with the sleigh?
Santa Inc. was an unmitigated disaster. Both audiences and critics alike found Santa Inc. to be grating, pandering, and heavy-handed across the board. It was so poorly received that HBO Max got rid of it quickly. And you want to know where it's currently streamed? Freaking Tubi, the elephant graveyard of the streaming world. Yeah, you know you messed up when Amazon Prime refuses to carry your show for free.
I know, I suck. Yeah, I'll have the Amazon Prime medium rare.
Coming right up.
It's even weirder because Seth Rogen, the voice of Santa Claus, claimed that the hate from the show was mainly due to a word I can't say on YouTube or I'll get demonetized. It rhymes with, white mercimicist. I think I just had a stroke.
I did not see that when I designed it. Not see. You hear me? Not see.
But why exactly was Santa Inc. so hated? Is it truly that bad? Or were people just being too hard on it? It's been over 2 years since its release. And sometimes things can improve over time. Could that be the case for Santa Inc.? Well, consider this video an autopsy. So, get your scalpel, get your scissors, and let's dig in.
Yeah, mansplain, Santsplain, Saint Nick, whatever, there's something there.
But before we start, I want to give a big shout out to this video sponsor, JamesAllen.com. What is JamesAllen.com, you ask? Well, it is the online destination for designing a customized engagement ring or fine jewelry piece that you or your person in mind will love. Oh, you're already blushing at the thought, aren't you? It's so sweet. Even better than true love, though, are the prices. You can save up to 50% compared to traditional stores. Choose from over 200,000 certified conflict-free diamonds. Dang, that's more options than a menu at a diner. For those who know, you know. They've got options that are both earth-created and lab-created. And once you pick your diamond, you can view it in a magnified 360-degree view. So you can see what the actual diamond looks like up close, in HD on your computer or phone. Seriously, you could walk into a jewelry store and look at their diamonds under a magnifying glass, and you still wouldn't get as close a look as you get on JamesAllen.com. After picking up your rock, you can then pick from hundreds of ring settings available in different metals: platinum, white gold, rose gold, and yellow gold. But here's what really makes JamesAllen.com the most helpful place to shop. They offer real-time diamond consultations with non-commissioned experts who can walk you through the process, educate you on the technical stuff, thank God, because I'm clueless when it comes to these things, and answer your questions. They'll even advise you on how to pop the question if you want. Do I do it on one knee, or both knees, or no knees? How do you do that? Just float in the air? Somebody tell me. On top of that, everything from JamesAllen.com comes with a lifetime warranty, free resizing and engraving, and the hassle-free 30-day returns. JamesAllen.com is the fastest growing online retailer of engagement rings and diamond jewelry. They've already been part of 200,000 engagements around the world. Is yours next? Ooh la la, you better invite me to the ceremony. I'll sing karaoke on the house. Yes, I will ruin your wedding for free. So, customize your engagement ring or jewelry piece today with JamesAllen.com and get 25% off by clicking the link in the description. Thank you again, James Allen, for sponsoring this video. Go hit him up today. And now, back to the video.
I assumed you knew I was infamously one of the most fun people who's ever existed.
Yeah, sure, if you say so.
Even penguins think I'm funny. And you know what a tough crowd those miserable motherfuckers are.
Santa Inc. was created by Alexandra Rushfield, a producer and writer on series such as Shrill, Friends from College, and a bunch of other stuff I've never heard of except for like Parks and Rec. For the life of me, I could only find one video that had Alexandra talking about Santa Inc. It was more about like Christmas instead of the show itself.
I am Jewish, so I've never celebrated Christmas, so I would say seeing movies and eating Chinese food.
It's kind of a bad sign when the show creator doesn't really want to talk about the show or associate themselves with the show that, you know, they fucking made. But there are two individuals who are at the absolute forefront of Santa Inc. Sarah Silverman and Seth Rogen. They're both voice actors in the show, and where Alexandra barely said anything, well, these two said everything. Too bad none of it was funny.
Can we have Tyler preheat the oven before he leaves?
Already done.
Wow, that's some goy.
These promos for the show are just not funny. Like, I was internally cringing while watching them. I could tell how Seth and Sarah are just going through the motions, even if their tone is satirical. It's like they showed interest in working on the show, but half-assed the follow-through.
Oh, you want to sit on the couch and watch the fire roar?
No, I would rather watch an R-rated animated Christmas comedy with a touch of a feminist agenda.
I have just the thing.
Now, the animation behind Santa Inc. was Point Grey Pictures and Stupid Buddy Studios, aka the folks who made Robot Chicken. That checks out, since Santa Inc. is stop motion, one of the few points of praise for the show. At first, I wondered if it was computer animation, but no, it's legit stop motion. And I think the animation studios behind Santa Inc. did a great job. Too bad the writers didn't.
I've decided I'm not going to press charges because of my gigantic and incredibly cool heart.
And also, you know what? You're fired, you fucking wise ass.
Okay, so what's the show about? I gave a brief synopsis at the start of this video, but let's get into the details a bit more. The show follows our main protagonist, Candy, a girl elf who works under Santa at the North Pole. The operations at the North Pole fall under the corporation Santa Inc., which acts like a modern-day company. CEOs, a board of directors, press releases, stuff like that. For Candy, she's been vying for the position of Santa for years, trying to bootstrap her way to become the first female Santa, a point of contention for many others. A female Santa? What does that even mean? It should be a white guy. You know, that kind of rhetoric against her. Which is like kind of on the nose humor, which I'm not against, but it needs to be smart. Guess what? It's not.
Wow. Every word of that sentence is unacceptable in an evolved society.
Your face is unacceptable in an evolved society.
Candy gets raked across the coals despite her efforts, trying to appease the corporate echelon that is primarily a bunch of dude bros. Santa himself falls into that category, though his pride tricks him into thinking he's being progressive and benevolent to even consider Candy for the position of Santa. Like he's more concerned about his own legacy and passing the baton in order to look good more than anything else. But over and over again, Candy feels like the odd one out for being a woman and needing to jump through hurdles in order to appease a bunch of executive guys who are the product of nepotism. Again, this show is so frustrating because on the surface, there's a plot here. Like this could be a good story if it wasn't for one glaring issue. Candy absolutely sucks. She's so unlikable, unrelatable, and not fun to root for. Now, don't get me wrong, unlikable characters can be fun to cheer on, a la BoJack Horseman, but BoJack is compelling. We see a lot of our own faults in him. But for Candy? Nah, even if she has a righteous cause, her callous and bitter personality makes her an absolute drag along with the show itself. Virtually everybody in this show is an asshole with a paper-thin personality that is mostly edgy humor. Like the only character who is bearable is Devin the intern. And that's only because he's selfless due to his own stupidity. Candy's family and friends? Grating and unlikable. The other co-workers at Santa Inc., such as Rudolph's son? Grating and unlikable. Santa himself? Oh, he's the worst one of all. You know how folks joke about Hell of a Boss being fuck, 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 fuck every other sentence with its dialogue? That is the case with Seth Rogen as Santa.
Why is everyone turning on me? I'm fucking Santa. Everyone loves me.
Seth Rogen was a poor choice for Santa. Every time he's on screen, I start to tune out because his voice does not fit this character whatsoever. And I feel like Seth is just phoning it in. For Sarah Silverman as Candy, her voice is fine with the character, since Sarah is actually a decent voice actor, like lest we forget about Vanellope von Schweet from Wreck-It Ralph. But it's the character and the writing that drags her down. The premise about the role of Santa being something akin to the Pope and needing heavy consideration isn't a bad idea, though there are some plot holes to it. Like, I can understand why the board of directors would not want Candy, since she's like the polar opposite of Santa outside of logistical capabilities. You know, maybe it wasn't a good idea to mold your brand around a fat white guy when the role of Santa can like shift from person to person.
You mean the fat kid with the beard? It was always gonna be him.
Didn't think that one out, folks. Now, I do like the setting being a holiday world a la Nightmare Before Christmas or like DreamWorks' The Guardians, where the Tooth Fairy exists, the Easter Bunny, I guess the Hanukkah dreidel? Is that what they have? Is that I don't know. Well, they all exist in the same universe. Once more, a good idea with terrible execution, because at the end of the day, I could not get invested in this show. The characters are just too repulsive in my opinion, and the comedy is not much better. There's a lot of jokes that are like I'm gonna say the joke, and that's the joke. I'm gonna keep saying the joke, saying it out loud, and then it's kind of meta that way because stating the joke out loud is funny. That's the joke, right? I don't like that kind of humor. It's annoying to me. Don't wink at me, character. If you wink at me, I'll kill you. The one saving grace for Santa Inc., though, outside of its like concepts, is its animation. But man, it's such a shame because this show was legit stop motion and felt like it was paying homage to Rankin Bass Christmas specials of old. You know, like the Rudolph special and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That Santa Inc. was working that satirical angle, but the overall tone and subject matter of the series robbed itself of sharing any proximity charm to Rankin Bass. If anything, it just felt dirty in a very unpleasant way. In my opinion, Santa Inc. would be greatly improved by some grounded characters. Now, Candy can have some sass to her personality and doesn't need to be a naive doormat. But far too much of her is cold and biting, and it just makes me kind of agree that she isn't right for the position of Santa. You know, a position that is supposed to be warm and welcoming. Pick a lane, show! You can't be an edgy, insincere comedy while trying to build empathy for your grating character too. I feel like Santa Inc. was trying to be BoJack, but it backfired because it lacked that je ne sais quoi that made BoJack compelling for the journey of its characters. Can an asshole character be interesting? Yes, but you gotta give us something to relate to and understand their point of view that makes sense. If not, most viewers aren't going to give a shit, especially when the writers are fence-sitting. Again, pick a lane, commit.
We have fun.
So overall, were we hard on Santa Inc.? Nah, I don't think so. Now, there were, of course, some denizens of the web who took things too far in voicing their dissatisfaction with the series. But the overall reception seems pretty warranted. Like those ratings on IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, I think it's pretty fair. The show sucks, plain and simple, and that is made even worse because of the potential the series had. There was a lack of sincerity, conviction, substance, and compassion for Santa Inc., almost as if a bunch of Hollywood friends hastily made a show, but phoned it in when it came to follow through, leaving Santa Inc. in the realm of style over substance. Also, it has a cliffhanger, but I severely doubt we're gonna see a season 2. Like, it seemed that they were running down a laundry list of edgy surface-level jokes, leaving the narrative of Candy fighting the status quo drowned out because of it. It is wholly unpleasant and exceptionally boring. If you want to watch a show where you can laugh at assholes, Watch Always Sunny. Want to cheer for an asshole? Then watch BoJack. At least that is compelling and relatable. But trying to do something relatable with the most unpleasant character rarely works and comes across as off-putting. Hell, even More Oral was able to make some of the greatest asshole characters of all time interesting because of their plights and struggles. It can be done. So unless you are a huge Seth Rogen fan, and this is your caliber of humor, well, I'd advise against watching Santa Inc. and go watch something else instead. But hey, those are just my opinions. What do you all think? Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holiday, and I'll see you all next time.